Hi everyone, this is Deb Tim, a Canadian girl, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you some thoughts I've had about my 75-gallon African cichlid aquarium and why it meshes so well. And I also want to share with you an update on how the 4 new additions are doing. So please stay tuned. This is my 75-gallon mixed African cichlid community tank. In this aquarium, there are around 40 cichlids. When you try and count fish, it's easiest if you take a photo of your tank and then count them while they're still. I do that when I count eggs and fry as well. It's not a surefire way, as 1 or 2 may still be hidden, but it gets you pretty close. Here you can see I've rescaped this aquarium, changing out my rock structures. I removed the rocks during each water change, so it's really no big deal for me to change things up. These rocks are from the junk pile at the stonemason's lot outside of town. He allows me to come by and haul away any cast-offs that I might find suitable for my aquariums. He says I'm saving him money because he has to pay somebody else to come and move the pile when it gets too high. I think this is a super deal for me. I just go and pick the ones I want and help him out in the process, not to mention finding some pretty super nice looking rocks. In my last video about this aquarium, I said I was not going to strip and raise babies anymore. And look what happened. I may just do this periodically. After all, I do have the tumblers and I may as well use them. You know, I'm not even sure what these guys are in the tumblers right now. So let's look at some of these guys. There's my little red devil. Take a look at this guy with the sunken gut, missing fins. Nasty looking. Wow, he is one pathetic looking cichlid. Believe it or not, he has greatly improved already since being in this tank. No one bothers him, as I don't imagine any of them see him as much of a threat. The new additions are all in Buna. A fellow who works with my hubby gave them to me. They were battered and looked pretty poorly, with sunken gut and many torn fins when they arrived. Even now that they have gained weight and shown some improvement, it would still benefit them to be separated, giving them time to be fully restored to health. This is not off the table yet. I do have a 40-gallon aquarium sitting on my front porch. I just need to get it in the house and clean it up. I could have it up and running within a day. My problem is I've been sick since Christmas. I'm finally starting to feel a little better. Just doing my water changes has been so hard on me, but I think I'm finally beating this thing. Yes, sir, this is one sad-looking cichlid. He looks really terrible, but he is improving daily. Now here's the second blue zebra. He is also very thin with damaged fins, suffering with a sunken belly. I haven't seen much improvement in this one at all. You probably saw the yellow lap go by at some point, looking much the same. The smallest of the 4 isn't as thin, but his fins are ratty. So exactly what is sunken gut? Sunken gut is common in cichlids. It is not a sickness, it is a byproduct of their living environment. Being part of a hierarchy is very stressful. You have to constantly protect your position within the pecking order, trying to move up as you go along. Being low in the pecking order means less food. It means you struggle more for the food that you do get. It means you're often picked on. And all of this comes together to stress a fish out. Once they begin to lose weight and start looking thin, sunken gut is the next step. Most often, this can be cured without the use of medications. To simply cure a fish of sunken gut, which is a combination of being stressed out, weakened, and hungry, separate them and allow them time to rebuild strength and size, and give them a good foundation to go back to their community. Rarely is medication ever needed. However, if a prolonged case of sunken gut is not looked after, weakened fish are more susceptible to parasites and may suffer this as a result. The 4 cichlids I'm talking about were in a 60-gallon tank. The 4 were all that there were left of a small group. I'm not sure how many there were originally, 8 I believe, but they kept killing each other, and finally the aggression drove this fellow to either get rid of them or flush them down the toilet. So I took them. We have to remember, especially mbuna, do not do well in small communities. They are far too aggressive and will target weaker fish and, yes, even kill them off. I myself have found my African cichlids do much better in an overstocked tank. Now, I'm not saying you must overstock, as this takes some consideration, preparation, more fish, more food, more filtration, which all translates to more money. This is when your research helps you. Aggressive fish like mbuna are far more difficult to keep because of their nature. Rather than deal with aggression and death and sickness and injury, choose a fish that you are better equipped to care for. This guy, when he came over with these 4 fish, he was shocked to see my tank and see how many fish I had in the tank and that they seemed to be getting along. He was also dumbfounded by how healthy they all looked. Well, I have kept mbuna for years. It's been a learning experience for me over the years. These lovely fish are my favorite and do take a little more care. I don't recommend them as beginner fish. In fact, many fish keepers just don't want to bother with dealing with their aggression. I have found the time that I have spent getting to know them, researching them, learning about their natures and what needs they have, and of course mistakes along the way. You can now call me Mbuna Mama. So until next time, this is Deb Tim signing out. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful week. I'm finally getting over a nasty chest infection. I really hope you guys are all starting the new year better than I am. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.